My name is Ben Rogers. I'm 35 years old. My story begins when I was 4 years old. My father was killed by a drunk driver. My mother turned to drugs and alcohol to numb the pain, and pretty much was not there, non-existent through my early years. At the age of 7, I was molested by one of my female cousins, which was, at the time, I didn't really know the depth of that, how it affected me. But as years went on, I started to turn to pornography as an escape from reality. The use of pornography led me to act out in other ways. At the age of 13, I had my first sexual encounter. It was with a friend of my mother's who was passed out drunk. Till about 2 years ago, I never really realized that the reason that I kept falling like this and it's because I was addicted sexually. I was a sexual addict, and that I had a serious problem with this, and that's why I couldn't shake it just from pure willpower. Yeah, I still struggle with it to this day, but do I struggle like I have in the past? I would say no, because I've realized that I can't do this on my own. It's not about the willpower, but it's allowing God's power in me to win this victory. I've realized that a lot of times it's not a sexual need thing, it's an emotional need. It's deeper. And that in itself, a lot of times that knowledge will help me realize that this is not just a physical thing, but it's also an emotional and a spiritual battle. There was times in my life that there was nobody in my life that I felt like I could be real to, and every week, I can come in here and I can, tell these guys, good, bad, or indifferent, how my week's been, and not feel like I have to be fake, and not feel like I have to put on a mask, but I can just be real to these guys, and they don't judge me, they pray for me, they show me love, and that's just real and free.
Hi, my name's Justin. I'm 20 years old. My addiction goes a long way back, and I feel it's an addiction that is kept in the dark mainly and needs to be brought out into the light, and I hope that by bringing homosexuality into the light, it'll be able to help a lot of people that struggle with it and think that they're alone. And homosexuality is a big part of my life, and it's been something that I've had to struggle with for about 10 years. When I did hit high school, it got worse, the taunting and the teasing, so I was under a lot of stress emotionally, and it led me to do things, that I wasn't proud of. And people in high school really helped to, shape the person that I am today, because they did hurt me emotionally, and I never have really fully recovered from it, although I've tried, but I've come a long way. My recovery to date has been an absolute awesome experience. I've come a long way in the last 9 months, I feel. My relationships with my parents is excellent. I've had friends that have stuck by me through before the addiction and after the addiction, and it's just great to see that people actually do care about me. It's been a struggle, and good and bad. I've learned a lot from it, but I feel like I'll be able to someday hopefully help those that struggle with it also.
My name's Brett. 44 years old, and my addiction was pornography, masturbation, and sex. Came into my life about age 11 when I was introduced to porn, and at the same time being molested by a man. After being molested and introduced to porn, drugs and alcohol as a kid, sex was always my escape, especially dealing with other traumatic issues in my life as a kid. Well, it destroyed my perception of truth and relationship, destroyed 3 marriages, took me to places I never wanted to go, things I never wanted to do. Always so ashamed after each encounter, after each use of pornography. Just destroyed my life. Relationships are gone, family's gone. Family I love, the wife that I still love is gone. That was the confession, and the exposure was the best thing that ever happened. bringing it out to light. I was finally able to tell my counselor, Rob, of what the real reason why I was there to get help, and then help started right away. And then I was actually led that same day and night to the men's group, the sexual integrity group. That there was a group that struggled with this stuff that I had no idea even existed. I am a year and a half free from viewing any pornography. I'm out of the pit of the underground. I'm free. I've got more freedom than I've ever known. My life is messy from the past, but I'm no longer a mess. My family is starting to be restored. Some may never, but I still hope. And now I've got true friends, a true relationship with God. I've got support that I've never known. I've got friends I've never known. I've got I'm finally happy. Finally the man I want to be. And I know God loves me because He's saw me through this. And you can get out of the pit too.
You just seen some videos that tell some dark stories. I know if you're watching this, you've got your own story. The reason for these videos, for this website, for this ministry, is to tell you that you don't have to stay in the dark. These men have been part of the underground, and we're helping them to come out to the light. We want to help you.
Homosexuality, pornography, masturbation, sexual abuse, adultery, do any of these things have you hooked? If so, we want to see you set free.
At the Underground, we offer a variety of ways to get your journey started. We have men's groups as well as groups for spousal recovery. We offer intensive outpatient programs. We also have our men's workshop as well as couples individual counseling.
Rob and I have been to a place of pain and despair, and through God's strength and the help of men, we now stand in a place of power and purity.
There was a time in our lives where Ann and I could be defined mostly by our shame. Today we're defined by recovery. We want to help you go there.
Come on.